What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, here as always with my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. How's it going today, guys?
I'm Josh.
I'm Jeff.
No, that's me. I'm both Josh and Jeff. It might get confusing if it's your first time here, but we talk about fantasy football and we're really good at it.
Oh, yeah.
So
and we like to yell at each other.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard not to yell at you guys. You guys are such idiots sometimes.
Look at our stupid faces.
I mean, come on. Just gotta be right. Gotta be right more.
You'd yell at us too if you were here.
Ricky Butts. What's up, Ricky? Glad to have you in here.
Walter Butts. How's it going?
Today, guys, we're playing a game that is less yelly than some of our other games, though.
Yeah.
We're playing Fantasy Horse. It's not as yelly as brackets or tiers. Maybe even less yelly than Quiplash. So I guess sometimes the question asker gets yelled at in Horse for coming up with a stupid question. So there might be some yelling at me. Jimmy says, let's dive right in. What's up, Jimmy? Veteran Hogarth says, hashtag Justin Tucker 2024. Who's his running mate? That's what I got to know.
Joe Flacco.
Justin Tucker's the man.
And then Dave
can't compete.
What's up, Dave? Yeah, let's freaking go. And Z2 says, what's up, boys?
What up, Z2?
Ricky says, I'm out. I came for the yelling. Okay, I promise we'll yell a little bit. The first thing we're going to do today, guys, though, is we are going to go over the mock draft from yesterday. Each of us will pick a team or two to discuss, and then we'll go forward. I know NBA wants us to discuss their team probably, but we had a bunch of good teams yesterday. Was in there. NBA was not in there yesterday. You're right.
I know. I thought about that last night, and I was like, where's NBA? I mean, they would have had the best team possible. So
every time.
He probably is going to ask us to go over the team anyway.
Even though they don't have a team in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me throw this up there, and we can go over some of these teams.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones.
There are some good ones. I don't know if you guys can see this. Should I post the link in the chat for those that want to look at the board?
Well, if they maximize their screen, they should be able to see it. But I don't know if the chat shows up then. I'm not sure what it looks like on their end. But yeah, I mean,
if you guys want to look at this draft a little bit closer, if you're having a hard time seeing it, there's the link to the sleeper draft. What we did yesterday was a 12-team standard league redraft mock draft. So this was non-PPR. I know most of us play PPR now, but there's still some standard leagues out there, especially some of your home leagues might be standard. They haven't made the switch. But we went in and did a standard league mock draft for the first one. What's up, Sean? I'm excited to start a new job next Monday. He's going to be working 7 to 3:30.
Yeah.
So he'll be catching the second half of the stream on the way home. Not going to be there for mocks anymore. Well, congrats on the new job.
That's awesome.
We'll miss you during the first 30 minutes, though, for sure.
I know. I mean, you're able to turn it on in the car. I don't want to, safety protocols or whatever, but I'm messing around with you.
Don't comment and drive, kids.
Yeah. Stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
Josh, did you want to start us off by discussing one of these teams that stands out to you?
Yeah, so right there in the middle at 106, FYF Josh. I don't know who this guy is, but man, he killed it. He killed it. No, I'm joking. That's my team. And I did kill it, but I digress. We'll focus on another team that I really okay. There's 3 teams. I typically point out 3 teams, and my 3 favorite teams, and then it's I don't know how to pronounce Z2's name. It's Zentek. Zentek. You get rid of the T, right?
Yeah.
I really like that team. Swap Nola did a great job. FF Big Will too. And then J-Wall. All those teams really stood out to me. But my favorite team was, drum roll, please. It was FF Big Wills, actually. FF Big Wills.
Big Willie.
Really, Big Willie. I'm sorry.
Big Willie, come on.
His wide receivers are fantastic. He's got 4 great ones, and I know it's a standard league, but DJ Chark, Deebo Samuel, Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf, I'm very, very happy with these guys. Lamar Jackson as quarterback, we already talked about it yesterday, but awesome value on TJ Hawkinson. Best value for a tight end, I would probably say. And Lamar Jackson as quarterback. I know his running back depth is weak, which is by far the biggest concern for me with this team. But, Michael Carter, Darrell Henderson, Zach Moss, he's got some high upside guys that could end up winning the job. So I love that team. I love it.
Yeah,
Zentek. Thank you,
Zentek,
Z2.
Z2
And
coming in to
Z2
let you know.
that close to me talking about your team, but I just slightly liked Big Willie's more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you, Josh. The running back thing does scare me with that team, though. Clyde Edwards-Helaire being the running back too, that's definitely scary. And I think the reach on Lamar, like I think probably could have gotten better value on QB. But no, otherwise, completely agree.
Yeah, I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is my running back too. I am comfortable with. What concerns me is after that, really. But I understand what you're saying about Clyde Edwards. He was fine last year.
If he had a solid running back 3, then I would be okay with Clyde Edwards-Helaire's running at 2. But pretty much after that, it's guys that are high upside stashes.
Yeah, or low upside stashes. I don't think Zach Moss is a high upside stash.
Yeah.
Like maybe other people view it differently. I don't see any upside with Zach Moss. Like
if
best
he
case
is
scenario,
the guy there, he's amazing. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Ricky Butt says I have to go with my boy J Wall just because I would be a terrible boss if I didn't. Oh, damn it! You took the one I wanted.
J Wall.
We should communicate. Yeah, you can steal J Wall. I'll pick another one. But man, I will just say J Wall had my favorite team in this draft. I'll let JL take it away.
Yeah, J Wall, JL. I didn't make the connection that he works with you, Ricky, but that's good to know. It makes sense why he did so well then. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it yesterday a bit. Zeke, such good value there at the 10. I love Deandre Swift. Obviously, there's some questions there, but I think like this is a good situation to back up what what we were talking about with Big Willie's team, right? Where like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, there's some uncertainty, but there's no one really behind him in case that goes the wrong way. Here we have, Deandre Swift. Let's say that, his situation isn't going to be as good as last year with all the changes in Detroit. He's got Dobbins there. And so that makes me feel a little more comfortable with that uncertainty. Then the second year wide receivers, beautiful. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb. Perfect.
The one thing about this draft I will say is I don't see this as being possible come August.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a great draft right now, but
ADP
Swift,
definitely.
Jefferson, Dobbins, Higgins, Lamb in that order. I don't see ADP wise this being those guys are going to rise. I think even Swift could sneak his way into the first round. I think you're going to have trouble putting together a team like this come draft season. But that being said, that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite teams. I just think there was value galore on a bunch of these second-year players.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather have Dak than, actually, that's not true. I would probably I'd rather have Dak than Herbert and Wilson, I think. If they come after him, I can't tell.
I agree. I agree with you, actually.
I would probably take Deshaun over Dak.
Yeah, depending where he lands, but at this point, I don't know. That's
Josh,
a close one.
Would you take Dak or Lamar?
Lamar, I would.
Lamar.
And maybe Lamar I'm biased, but I'm so comfortable with Lamar as he is a more consistent quarterback 1 than Patrick Mahomes the last 2 years.
Interesting.
He's like a quarterback 1 77% of the time. Lamar Jackson was quarterback number 10 last year.
Than that?
He was like 66% of the time last 2 years.
When are those games?
I don't know. I just heard on a podcast. I don't remember what podcast. I've been listening to like 1,000. But Lamar Jackson, he was the number 10 overall quarterback last year. And I think people were disappointed. But he's gonna be better than that this up and coming year. I truly believe that he'll be a top 5 quarterback.
I think right around Herbert is where I put Dak. Whenever you ask that question, like who would I rather have, Dak or Herbert? I don't have an answer right away. And so that's where I think that's about the range where I'm looking at Dak. I probably. I don't know. My gut says Herbert, but I would need to look. That's probably just recency bias because we didn't get to see Dak finish the year, and Herbert had such a great season. Like it's just sticking to my mind. But I definitely need to dig into that one a little bit more. No, Joe, I love your team pick, obviously, and I think the one thing, like even behind Dobbins, I think J.D. McKissic is a great 4th running back to grab at the end there. There's a chance that Antonio Gibson doesn't take that step forward that we're talking about in like the blocking game and doesn't take over a lot of that receiving work, and McKissic could keep a pretty crucial role in that offense. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but in the last 2 rounds, I think that's a great running back to stash on your bench.
Did you guys
Josh
see
shaking his head?
No. I agree with you. I'm thinking about other things.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys see that T.Y. Hilton tweet yesterday?
No.
He's a bit cryptic, like, no matter where I go or where I pick, Ghost is going to put in that work or something like that.
It doesn't sound like he's going to be with the Colts. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I don't think he would tweet that if he was sure that he's going to be with the Colts.
I see it now. No matter where I go, no matter who I pick, the Ghost is ready to work. # free agency. So in case it was even unclear, he put the # free agency in there.
Yeah.
Likely. Well, Michael Pittman season, right? Or is it just Jonathan Taylor season with Paris Campbell?
I do want to say something real fast. This team that drafted first here, horrible job. I just had to make fun of that real fast. I'm sorry.
Brady says my team is hideous.
He auto drafted. It's okay.
Accident, the first
a couple of times,
second and third.
Yeah,
or actually all three. I think first 3 rounds.
It's okay. You're about to say something, Simon. I interrupted you.
I forget what I was saying, so it's obviously not that important.
It was about T.Y. Hilton and just how meaningless he is now.
I was going to say, I keep forgetting that Deion Kane isn't on the Colts anymore. Like every time we talk about Colts, like sleeper wide receivers, I'm like, Deion Kane. I'm like, wait, he does not play for the Colts anymore.
Sad days.
I know. Sad days that he didn't make it there. Ricky Butt says Michael Pittman stonk up.
And Paris Campbell.
Chart means. And Paris Campbell. Yeah. We can't forget about Paris Campbell. Guys, if you are ready, I think, JL, you covered the team I wanted to cover most. Josh, you did a good breakdown of that team. I say we go ahead and jump into Fantasy Horse. I've got some interesting questions for you guys today. Kind of ramped him up a little bit.
Simon did text us, and he was like, he warned us. He's like, the questions might be a little bit different today. Just to let you guys know. I was like, oh, okay, sounds exciting.
So we'll see how it goes. Not too weird. I guess some of them are kind of weird, but giving you guys a little bit more context in some of these questions. So I think it'll be fun. I'm going to
JL's out. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm not down for these new questions. This is messed up.
Man, I don't even know if I have a coin. I do not have a coin, but I have yet again. Oh God. Yeah, this one's better. I've got a ride-on Pokemon card. I'm going to flip this. Josh, call your side. Do you want the ride-on side or do you want the Pokemon logo side?
Pokemon logo. Tails never fails.
Ride-on side up. JL, do you want to go first or second in Fantasy Horse?
First.
JL is going
Before you go, like always, please do a horse noise, JL.
No.
Okay.
D2 says Simon did not pick a team. I'm going to say he said mine. We're both dog pound guys.
It was a great team.
We are both dog pound guys, and I believe you drafted Darren Waller. So you drafted like my favorite player in the NFL, and we're both Browns fans. So yeah, definitely.
And 3 straight running backs. Good running backs.
What, Miles Sanders? I forget who all.
James Robinson and Derrick Henry.
There you go. Yeah, the James Robinson pick makes me nervous, but Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. For those of you who have not watched before, and for Josh, the rules of Fantasy Horse are coming up now. How this game works, it's just like the basketball game you played as a kid, except instead of taking shots, you're answering fantasy football or NFL trivia questions. So if it's Josh's turn, I will bring a question to him. He can choose whether he wants to answer that question or pass it to JL. If he chooses to answer it and gets it right, JL gets a letter, a big old H at the beginning. If he gets it wrong, Josh gets a letter. Then if he passes it, same kind of rules. JL gets it right, Josh gets a letter. JL gets it wrong, JL gets a letter. We'll do this until somebody spells out horse, and then the loser has to make their best horse noise before the show can end. Otherwise, we just have to keep on going forever until the horse noise gets made. And guys, if you enjoy this game today or you want to check out our other games, please go subscribe to us on YouTube. We are on there as Front Yard Fantasy. We are also on Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy. Subscribe over there. You will never miss another live stream again, 3 p.m. Eastern every day.
Every day.
And then you can also follow us on Twitter at Front Yard FYF, where we post all the stream information daily as well. JFuse2 says, sup, Kev, and everyone else. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and 60% of the time it works.
How's life? How's life?
I like the combination of two great.
Combine them together.
Two great people. Their quotes, Will Ferrell and Michael Jordan, right? Isn't it Michael Jordan?
Yep. Wayne Gretzky.
Same person.
Michael Jordan.
I mean, it was
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah.
I don't know why that reminded me of it, but just saying quote. I saw a TikTok yesterday. My girlfriend showed it to me that just like hurt me on the inside. It was saying like the thing was like, show us the stupidest tattoo you've ever gotten. And this girl got on like talking about this quote that she'd wanted tattooed on her body, like forever. Like it was really inspirational to her. It was about like not being afraid to be yourself and all this stuff. And so on March 4th of 2020, she got a tattoo on her arm that said, unapologetically and unflinchingly refuse to wear a mask. And it was talking about just like being yourself, like don't put on a mask for others. But right before the pandemic, she got on a tattoo on her arm. It said unapologetically refuse to wear a mask.
Yeah, because like wearing a mask, you say I'm not wearing a mask like a year ago, everyone's like, don't wear a mask then, you know, like, okay, good. Like, and now you say it, you're like, come on, man. Come on.
Kind of a dumb idea for a tattoo either way, though.
God,
yeah, but timing.
It's just cool. It's like meant a lot to her, though. Know what I mean? Like, I'll never judge someone for their reasonings for getting a tattoo unless they're like racist, sexist, or homophobic. Know what I mean? Like, if you get like a horribly offensive tattoo, I'll judge it. But if that quote meant a lot to her, then like I'm glad she got it. But that was the worst timing ever. Like within like before it was done healing, she was sad she had that on her arm. Z2 says we have to remind everyone to join Clubhouse on Thursday to listen to JL and others.
Z2, why don't you just like on the show already? Like,
okay, John Luke, you've got the first question. Let's dive right in. Your first question: with a 57.3% completion percentage, 2,933 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions, which quarterback that finished as the QB 23 threw the longest pass of the season at 92 yards? So basically, I'm asking who threw the longest pass of the season at 92 yards, but there's more information. This was the quarterback 23. He had a 57% completion percentage, less than 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions.
16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I know Claypool had a giant play. 92 yards. So is this like the pass itself was 92 yards, or just like it went for the play went for 92 yards? The
play went for 92 yards. It was not 92 air yards.
That would be crazy.
That would be absolutely insane.
But
this was the quarterback responsible for that pass.
I guess I'll go Big Ben. I don't know if it's that Claypool. Did he have 16 touchdowns? I don't think he had that much. All right, I'll go Big Ben.
Big Ben, final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull up. Sorry, I closed all my answers on accident.
I'm glad you didn't pass it.
I forgot I could.
Yeah.
It's all good. We're rolling.
Okay, JL.
You got it right?
What do you say? You guys cut out for a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hello.
Am I lagging?
Nah. I think you're good, man.
Okay, cool. JL,
Yeah.
to answer, you answered Big Ben for this question. Big Ben had 3,803 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He had a much better season than this quarterback. In week 17 against the Raiders, Drew Lock threw a 92-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy to cap off his lackluster season.
I think I would have gotten it.
You think you would have gotten it?
Drew Lock was in my mind. I probably wouldn't have said him. I don't know the answer. I probably would have went with someone else, but he came to my mind.
So close. Big Ben, Drew Lock.
Yeah, they're the same person.
Both be irrelevant in a
they're
year
big, bigger guys. No,
Yeah,
not really.
sure.
No, yeah.
Oh, oops. I hope you didn't see that question. Otherwise, I have to come up with a new one. I meant to put this on there. JL, you now have an H. Josh, you have nothing. But we've got a question coming for you now, Josh. So that one was Drew Lock. Just to put that back up there, look at that a little bit. If he retains his starting job next year, that was a pretty horrible season. 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. I didn't realize just how bad it was for him.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. He didn't have Cortland Sutton, though, so maybe it probably won't matter.
I mean, and he started 13 games, so it's not like this is
the touchdowns didn't stand out to me at all, and it should have. Big Ben, there's no way he could have had the season he had with 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys were gonna know this for sure, but I thought maybe with like the information about their season, you might be able to like narrow it down to like a group of quarterbacks that were in that range. At least that was my thought process. Schroeder Colt says Minshew. Z2 says
Not
Sam
bad.
Darnold comes to mind. Sean Goggins says, damn, I was gonna guess Drew Lock's jabroni ass too. We'll give you
Minshew probably didn't play enough games to be the quarterback 23, I'm assuming. But maybe
Minshew only started 8 games, so
yeah.
Unless he had like a Dak like first part of the season, then I don't think he is. And Sean wants to follow up. Drew Lock is doo-doo.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
I knew I sat next to his uncle at my old job, so I won't tell him. That might hurt his feelings.
Drew Lock? Have him on the show at some point?
Yeah, Drew Lock's uncle. Yeah, I was gonna try to get his uncle to like set us up with him to come on the show. So let's not shit talk him too much. Maybe
he's amazing. He's one of the best quarterbacks. He's my favorite quarterback personally. Like draft him in fantasy.
A minute ago, when I said he wouldn't be irrelevant next year, I was lying. That was sarcasm.
He's just hustling us. It's all just a play. Josh, are you ready for your question?
I am, sir.
Okay. Which player that finishes the RB20 in PPR scoring in 2020 with 192 attempts, 978 yards, and 7 rushing touchdowns ran for the longest rushing play of the season at 98 yards?
Which player finished running back 20? 192, 7 rushing attempts. Okay. So it's not a ton of attempts. But it's a lot. So, he was a good running back, not a great running back.
And he had the longest rushing play of the season at 98 yards.
I'm just like going through the teams in my head. 20, running back 20, running back 20, running back 20. 192 attempts.
978 yards. And 7 rushing touchdowns.
No way. No. Maybe.
You passing or playing, Josh?
Oh, I forgot I could pass, actually. I probably should. I'm going to take this one just because JL took the first one. And I'm going to get him. I've got confidence. I'm just still going through the teams. Probably not. Maybe. Oh, I'm gonna go with Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is Josh's final answer.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure,
Josh locked in Miles Sanders. We had some guesses from the audience. Ricky said Rojo. Z2 said Kenyon Drake. Schroeder said Gaskins.
Ronald Jones did have a pretty big play. I remember it.
Ronald Jones is a good guess. If I could change, I might consider that. But Miles Sanders.
In week 10 against the Carolina Panthers, Ronald Jones of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a 98-yard touchdown run. And these are his stats for the season. Number 20 PPR running back. I think people forget that he had a RB2 season. Yeah, I was looking at it and I didn't remember him being that good. I think because
where did Miles Sanders end up? Do you know?
I can pull that up for you.
It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to know if I'm relatively close.
23. Miles Sanders was the RB 23,
and probably around 192 attempts. I bet I could see that. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on that.
It's certain. Not a big deal.
But Josh, you joined JL in the H Club. You guys are a bunch of H's right now.
We suck.
Hopefully you guys start getting some of these questions. I've put together games before where it was just everyone missing the questions, and that's no fun.
You're too tough, man.
That's no fun though. Let's see. I was curious.
I'm looking up his attempts. 164 attempts. Actually less than Rojo. Miles Sanders. Wow. 6 touchdowns, 867 yards. So makes sense.
There you go. Not far off though. You're in the right range of player. JL, we're coming back to you for question 3 though.
Okay.
There's one team in the NFL that had 2 different quarterbacks throw more than 200 pass attempts and have more interceptions than touchdowns. Which team was it?
Had more?
So they had 2 quarterbacks throw for more than 200 pass attempts, and both of those quarterbacks had more interceptions than touchdowns. Which team was it?
don't think that it was. I don't think it was the Saints. I don't think that Taysom Hill would have thrown for 200 pass attempts. What could it be? Miami?
Are you passing or playing?
I guess I'm gonna play it. Let's see, Miami. Who else could it have been? The Bears.
I got two teams in my mind.
One team, two different QBs. So for more interceptions than touchdowns, I want to say it's Bears. I don't think it's Miami because I don't think Fitzpatrick threw more interceptions than touchdowns. That would be absurd. Was it? I guess I'll go Bears.
Okay.
I feel like it's got to be the Bears or the Jaguars, right? I think
Jaguars is the other thought.
Bears or Jaguars. I don't know which one, but those are the two teams that were in my mind.
Did they have 200 attempts? They had to, right? Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to stick with Bears.
Oh, sorry. I thought you already locked it in. Yeah. But it's all good. You could change the Jaguar. I don't know.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Locking in with the Bears. I didn't ask you for the quarterbacks, but I'm guessing Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. The team that had two quarterbacks throw for more than 200 pass attempts and have more interceptions than touchdowns. Let's go through the guesses we've got first. Schroeder says Washington football team. Ricky says Washington.
I didn't even think about them. I did not even think about them.
Jags with Minshew and Lutton. Well, Ricky and Schroeder, you guys are right. It was the Washington football team. Alex Smith had 252 attempts, 1,582 yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
I forgot about the football team.
Yep. And Dwayne Haskins, 241 attempts, 1,439 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Jake Luton did not throw 200 attempts, and I don't think Gardner Minshew had more interceptions than touchdowns.
I'm surprised Luton didn't have 200 attempts. It feels like he played.
He had 110 or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, our streak continues.
We're so good. Let's go. JL, you are now a hoe. Welcome to the hoe club, JL.
I'm getting this next one. You best believe that.
Man. Oh, man. I hope I didn't put together a game where no one gets any right.
Yeah, I'm getting this. I got this.
Okay. Josh, your next question. The top 2 players in yards per rushing attempt this season were quarterbacks. Which quarterbacks were they? I love watching Josh's range of emotion. Like he's like,
I know. Ooh, he can just read
well, I got 2 guys in mind that I just want to say, but then 1 or 2 other guys popped in my mind. Like, wait a second. Oh no. Okay, 2 players. I'm gonna just go with Lamar and Kyler, even though there's Jalen and there's Josh Allen that could absolutely be there, but I think they run the most, they're the fastest, and they get the most yards per carry. Let's go. Kyler, Lamar. Lock it in.
Okay, 1 second. Kyler and Lamar. Okay, Josh. The number 1 player in yards per attempt across all positions was Lamar Jackson with 6.3 yards per attempt. The number 2, also a quarterback, was Kyler Murray with 6.2 yards per attempt. It was Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. I thought you might overthink this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comments now, and it doesn't look like people agreed with me.
I know all this Hurts stuff. I'm realizing on the list that I'm looking at on Pro Football Reference, Jalen Hurts isn't even. He wasn't even on there. So I'm trying to find him. Make sure. Okay. Yep, we're good. He had 5.6 yards per attempt.
Not high enough.
Not high enough. So that's why he didn't show up on there.
Yeah.
So you are correct. It was Kyler. And we had a couple good guesses in there. Jalen, Kyler and Cam.
What about Cam? But
Hurts and Lamar. And Eagle Dan says we need a recount. I thought Josh Allen. Some people might think Josh Allen did it this year.
He ran so much at the goal line that like the yards per attempt might have gotten hurt a little bit by that.
Oh, JL, with Josh getting that one right, you have moved to an HOR while Josh is sitting at H. However you want to pronounce what you are, JL. Before we jump on to the next question, Josh had a trade question for us. He said, I got another trade.
I was like, I did?
Josh Carlini, sorry. I got another trade. Side A, Akers, and the 301. Side B, 105, 205, Hayden Hurst. As always, Superflex, tight end.
0.5 premium.
Yeah, 0.5 premium.
I love that, as always, Superflex. That's very nice. I feel like the new leagues I'm getting into, I want them to be Superflex myself. I am in some dynasty leagues that aren't Superflex, but Superflex is so awesome.
This is a tough one.
Into your trade, it is a tough trade.
This is actually fairly difficult for me, especially in a Superflex. That 105 holds some serious value.
Same with the 205.
Same with the 205, yeah.
I think I'm taking side B on this one. I love Cam Akers, but I think with 105 and 205, you can get a QB probably. Well, maybe there might be a QB falls to you at 5. If not, then you're going to get a pretty decent running back, and then at 205,
or wide receiver.
There's still going to be value. Yeah, there's going to still be a ton of value, and then on top of that, you get Hayden Hurst. It's side B for me.
It's tough. I think I lean side B as well, but it's very close. I don't know. I guess it also depends on your team makeup. Can you afford to lose a running back like Akers? Because the way I'm looking at it at 5, I'm likely taking either Lance or Wilson if they fall to that point, like the quarterback, or I'm going with one of the wide receivers.
Pitts. No,
tight end.
You could take Pitts, but if he falls to that point. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm probably not taking a running back at the 105. Is how I'm viewing this in a super flex.
Najee's there.
Najee's not going to be there most likely.
Yeah, I don't think so. Might.
In a super flex tight end premium, he might.
Fuck. I mean,
I'm going to go with side B. But unless you're desperate at running back, I think this is very close. I see both sides of this trade.
I like what Simon said. Is definitely if you have depth, then definitely take side B. If you don't, that's a little scarier.
Yeah, if you need the running back depth, Cam Akers is better than every player in this deal.
Yeah.
Ricky says thought Hurts might be there because of less attempts. Z2 says if it's a competitive team, I think side A would benefit more now. That's also fair. Akers could be a piece to help you win a championship next year.
Pitts.
Yeah, grabbing Pitts in a tight end premium league is very, very tempting, Josh.
There's just going to be so much value at that.
Josh Carlini.
It seems like close enough trade to where you were considering it, and I don't know which side you are, but it sounds like it might be beneficial for your team.
Sean says, you think Gardner Minshew is a starting NFL QB ever again? I saw some stat that in the last few years he went 7-12 as a starter, and all other Jag starters 0-13. As a Steelers fan, I would welcome him. Yeah, I think he will get another starting job. We've seen guys bounce around the league, get starting jobs that I think are worse quarterbacks than Gardner Minshew. Will he ever be a superstar? I don't think so. I think he probably peaked in his NFL career his rookie year. But I think he'll be one of those bridge quarterbacks that you see, the guys that teams sign whenever they need a quarterback, and he'll start for multiple teams.
Teddy Bridgewater.
My opinion of Gardner is a little bit different. I think he's a good backup quarterback, and I think he will never go into the season as the starter for an NFL team ever again.
I don't think he'll ever be the permanent option. I think he'll be a starter.
He'll start a game again. There's no doubt in my mind, but
I think he could even go into a season starting.
I don't think so. I really don't.
If some, like Joe Burrow, for instance, if the Bengals got a Minshew, I'm not saying that they're going to do that this year, but I'm just saying that type of situation where he could go into the season starting, but not necessarily have the job locked up.
Okay. I'll rephrase. I'll say he'll never go into a season with a team with them oh yeah, we got our starter Minshew here. Never. I don't think ever again. So.
Dan wants to know, in a dynasty, do you take Rojo, Gordon, or Carson? PPR.
Gordon or Carson? Carson.
I was going to say definitely not Carson for me. It's either Rojo.
Rojo.
I think I'm also going to go Rojo, but I actually like Gordon. I know he's a bit older. That's the tiebreaker between him and Rojo, but Gordon had a sneaky good season in Denver. Yeah, that's Rojo and Gordon are in the same tier for me. I think
they're all in the same tier for me, actually. And I understand your concern with Carson. Don't get me wrong. But he could sign in a good spot and be valuable still.
I'll go Rojo.
I'll go Rojo too.
I'll go Rojo as well. But they're on the same tier, so.
Josh said, thanks, guys. Always try to watch. Have to go back to work, though. Well, we'll miss you.
Tuning in.
And if you got more trade questions, always bring them.
Yeah, he always brings the fire with the trade questions.
Brings the heat.
Ricky seems to agree with us. He couldn't keep Lutton and Glennon off the field. His days as a secure starter are over. Spot starter, maybe. Yeah, completely agree. Who just got the last question? I think Josh got that question right. So it is JL's question. Nobody has passed yet. We are on to question 4. JL.
Simon.
The top 2 running backs in yards per attempt play in the same division. Which division is it?
Top 2 running backs in yards per attempt.
I know.
So the top 2 quarterbacks were the top 2 players in yards per attempt were both quarterbacks.
I don't know. I'm acting like I know. I know.
Yeah, so Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray led the league in yards per attempt.
Don't me.
And then the next couple were running backs. So the top 2 running backs in yards per attempt play in the same division. Which division is it?
I feel like Chubb has got to be on that list.
Dan says, thanks, guys. Let me know when you're going to fire Jay, asking for his replacement. Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
It'll be soon.
Jay, are you going to pass or play this one?
I'm going to play this. I don't know who the second one is, but I feel like Chubb is sticking out in my mind because I know he had high yards per attempt this year. I'm going to go with AFC North.
Josh, you have something to say?
I would have gone with the AFC North as well. Chubb and J.K. Dobbins.
We got some guesses in the chat. AFC South. Z2 says AFC North, Chubb and Hunt. He thinks they're both on the Browns.
I feel like you would have said that as like the key or whatever. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe it was too obvious to give that as the clue.
I guess.
So Nick Chubb had yards per attempt of 5.6.
And J.K. Dobbins was even higher, I think.
J.K. Dobbins had a yards per attempt of 6.0. They were numbers 1 and 2 in running backs yards per attempt. It was the AFC North. You got it right, JL. Dan came in here. Dobbins and Chubb. He got even the players right.
I knew Chubb was in there, and now I was like recollecting my thoughts. I have J.K. Dobbins in 1 or 2 leagues, and I remember looking at it like at the end of last season and being like, J.K. Dobbins' yards per carry are even higher than Chubb's, and Chubb is like he's yards per carry leader like every year it seems like. So
yeah. J.K. Dobbins led the league for running backs in yards per attempt. The only 2 players ahead of him were Jackson and Murray. It was Dobbins, then Chubb, and third was Aaron Jones. In case you guys are curious, he was the third in yards per attempt. Nice job, JL. You've evened the game up a little bit. It is now where did that go? It is now HOR to HO. And Josh, we are coming to you with the next question. Kev says, bird up the OGs. I guess he's referring to us. We're the
bird
OGs.
up, bro.
Bird up.
Josh, are you ready for your question?
Hit me, Simon. Hit me.
In 2020, there were 3 wide receivers with more than 150 rushing yards. Name 2 of them.
I think I know one.
Okay. You just need one more.
I'm like really sure about one, but I do not. Well, give me a sec. I'm
guessing are you passing or playing?
I'm gonna play. I'm like very confident I know one, so I think I should be able to come up with the other one. Okay, who ran? Who was a wide receiver that was running around a lot? Oh, maybe him. Maybe.
Huh?
A lot of end arounds with him. So not reach around. Get your mind out of the gutter, all right?
Wasn't days of all the end arounds with him.
Mm.
An end around is a different thing entirely, but don't Urban Dictionary.
I think I know who I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Oh, no, there's one other one. There's 3 people I have now.
Well, there were 3 wide receivers with more than 150 rushing yards. So but you just got to give me 2 of them.
Okay, I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give them to you right now.
Let's hear it.
Chase Claypool and Tyreek Hill.
Chase Claypool and Tyreek Hill. Final answer?
Yes, and then I'll say, just as some people I like here as well, and I forgot who I had. Curtis Samuel was one of them, absolutely. And then Robert Woods I could see being in there. I think they did some end arounds to him.
Maybe Cordero Patterson?
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Maybe. Look, yeah, so let's see. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Josh, Tyreek Hill had 123 rushing yards. He did not eclipse the 150-yard mark.
Chase didn't either.
Chase Claypool had 16 rushing yards. Or wait,
he just had like 3 touchdouns, huh?
Yeah, he had 16 rushing yards.
I forgot about that.
He did not have
3 rushing touchdowns, right? I think.
But we had some guesses in here. So, Josh, you were wrong before we have the answer. Ricky Butt said Hill and Brown. Tyreek, Bobby Trees, and Jarvis. Ridley and Hill. Eagle Dan says Samuel and Woods. JFuse2 says Chenault.
I thought of Samuel, but he didn't I feel like he didn't play enough games. I thought it was Debo though.
Got Woods and Claypool, Hardman. Yeah, those are all good.
Someone else said Claypool.
Someone else said Claypool. Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. So Laviska had 91 rushing yards. He was up there. Hill had 123. But then Robert Woods had 155 rushing yards. Curtis Samuel had 200 rushing yards. And Cordarrelle Patterson had 232 rushing yards. Cordero Patterson had 232 rushing yards. So it was Cordarrelle Patterson, Curtis Samuel, and Robert. What?
Wrong. You said it again.
Did I?
Yeah, Kenyon.
And
Cordero Patterson. Yeah. Cordero Patterson.
It is hard to pronounce.
Curtis Samuel and Robert Woods all had more than 150 rushing yards. Those were the only 3 wide receivers to eclipse that mark. Josh, you even said the 2 names afterwards, but no points for you.
It's all good.
There you go. So, Josh, you have now tied up the score by getting that one wrong. It is HOR to HOR. This game is neck and neck. In jail, we're coming back to you with the next question. In 2020, Jimmy said Hardman. Sorry, wrong.
Hardman had some good end arounds too.
He did have some good end arounds. Let's see how many rushing yards did Hardman had. Hardman had 31 rushing yards. Hardman only got 31 on the end around.
Terrible.
Eagle dances. You awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. In fact, Josh was
cheating. He got the last 2 perfectly right.
We'll have to have him come on, but he has to do this the whole time.
Billy Madison.
Dance while he does it.
Your question is, in 2020, there were 2 wide receivers with more than 100 targets and a lower than 50% catch percentage. Name one of them.
More than 100 targets and lower than 50% catch rate. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I think I know one of them. Do I know the
Well, you only need to know one. You only need to know one.
I'm gonna pass this to Josh.
You're gonna pass it to Josh? Jail bringing the first pass.
I can't think of the other.
Well, Jail, you only need to know one.
Oh.
That's the question. Name one of them.
Then I choose to take it.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson.
Okay. I would not have gone with him. I have 2 people in mind: Allen Robinson and someone else, but I don't know.
You just take one.
Locked in.
I didn't realize. And Robinson.
Allen Robinson, and actually, who comes to mind is Jerry Jeudy.
John Luke, locked in with Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
So, Josh, Jerry Jeudy was one of them with 113 targets and a 46% catch percentage. Deontay Johnson, 144 targets and a 61.1% catch percentage. He's well above 50%. The other one,
a little bit above
61. That's quite a bit above
11%. Exactly.
That's quite a bit. AJ Green had 104 targets and a 45.2%.
AJ Green.
The other one was AJ Green. Jerry Jeudy and AJ Green.
So much sense. And it looks like Tyler knew it. Good job, Tyler. Hey, you got to come back on here, Tyler. Rematch.
Ricky said that was a great question. Tyler said, when were those? What is he referring to?
I'm not 100% sure. I think the last question that we were talking about.
Gotcha. Samuel was an absolute lock for that one. Dan also said, maybe I'm just smart. Z2 said DJ Moore and Deontay Johnson. Dan said Jeudy. Ricky said Hollywood and Deontay Johnson. Schroeder said Juju. Tyler said Jeudy is a lock and AJ Green. Guess I just know shit. Guess you do.
Just know shit.
Schroeder said forgot Green still played.
Oh, when did Hardman's rushing production happen? I guess he was
not very often. Apparently, he
likes the end arounds though. That's what we've already determined.
how many 30 yards?
31.
Yeah,
He had 31 rushing yards. So
I
JL,
think people get mixed up with his like just punt returns and like shifty ball movement. Shifty ball movement.
Shifty ball movement. All right.
Deontay Johnson gets all that hate for being for the drops this year, but his catch percentage wasn't horrible. I mean, not up there with like the elite wide receivers, but 61.
He had a bad drop issue, but his quarterback wasn't quite the issue. I think that's more what you got to look for in a question like this, right? I guess.
Yeah, probably. I guess
Green,
we didn't look at drops.
AJ Green's not quite, but
yeah, I was gonna say AJ Green,
but half the year.
Okay, Josh, your question. It is HORS to HOR. You could end the game right here if you get this one right.
You ready to be done, JL?
I'm ready.
Two running backs. Are you ready, Josh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Two running backs had more than 100 targets in 2020. One of them was obviously Alvin Kamara with 107. Who was the other? Are you taking this one or passing this one?
I don't know. Give me a start.
Yeah, and guys, stay out of the chat. I haven't seen if people have put the answers in there yet, but
I'm out of there. No. So I've got one name. I got one name.
Okay.
And it'd be so on brand.
Marlon Mack.
Song says at work and I cry.
Okay, I'm gonna just go with it. I can't think of anyone else. I'm gonna go with JD McKissick.
Locked in, JD McKissick.
Let's go.
John Luke, your face is saying something right now.
That's who I would have picked.
Yes.
Well, Sean says JD. Z2 says JD. Ricky Butt says JD. Tyler says JD.
It's on brand. It's on brand.
Everyone agrees with you.
Wait, why am I celebrating already?
Yeah, you don't know the answer yet. So Alvin Kamara was second in running back targets with 107. The running back that had the most targets in 2020, JD McKissick with 110 targets. Josh, you are the winner of Fantasy Horse today.
Thank you. I wanna thank all my supporters, my mom, and that's it. She's my only supporter.
We should thank Simon for that nice little layup.
Simon, I would like to thank you for the nice little layup that you gave me to win horse. And there's something that's supposed to happen when someone loses horse, isn't there?
I think so.
That was on purpose.
He's just prepping because he's got to do a really good horse.
Oh, yes. That's what I needed today. Turn
into elephants every time.
Into the inflatable guys at car dealerships.
Wouldn't that be funny if those were horses? Also, guys, I just want to let you know the graphic for today's stream originally had a unicorn on it, and I was outvoted. My reasoning for putting a unicorn on it, JL said no one would understand it, was the show.
So you're going to explain it.
I'm going to explain it. The game is fantasy horse, and a unicorn is a fantasy horse.
Now they're going to understand it.
They would have gotten it anyways.
I didn't get that, actually.
Erica.
Salted
jail is the best jail.
Oh, yeah.
It is the best jail.
It is.
And Sean says there's some horses in this house. It's sung to the tune of WAP. I'm not going to perform that. Maybe we'll have to, the loser going forward has to perform the horse rendition of WAP. That would be really funny. Dan says, great show, guys. If you guys enjoyed the show like Dan did, please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch, where you can find us at Front Yard Fantasy on both of those platforms. We're live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Every day,
Monday through Friday.
So you can turn on notifications on Twitch and YouTube so you don't miss it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Front Yard FYF, where we post about the stream with all the links every single day. And you can follow us individually, Josh at FYF Josh, JL at FYF John Luke, and me at FYF Simon. Guys, before we go, I had one more question prepared that I just want to throw to you guys, see if you guys can get it.
Okay.
Schroeder says, nice job. Thanks for joining us, Schroeder. And Tyler said more people should follow them. I appreciate that, Tyler. More people should follow you too.
And more people should follow Tyler, and especially JL and Simon. I kind of suck, but these guys.
We'll get you there.
Yeah,
We'll
we
get
got to up your Twitter game, but we'll get it. Sean said good stuff, guys. Catch you soon. Catch you soon, Sean. Thanks for tuning in. The last question I wanted to throw to you guys. Wait, what does he say? I totally get that. Simon over here playing chess while JL is playing checkers. Boom. See, Sean's all on board with the fantasy horse.
I'm just like drawing outside the lines over here. I'm not even sophisticated enough to play checkers.
You're just kicking the checker pieces around. You're swallowing the checkers.
Eating them, yeah. They're delicious.
Ricky says, I struggle with Twitter. Not enough time in the day for me. I
should probably
get
spend
that.
less time on Twitter.
I also struggle with Twitter. Anyone who tries to message me can attest to that. You may or may not get a response. Just kidding. I'll respond to everyone. I'm getting better. Tyler said, that's true. I'm worth a follow. 100% he's worth a follow. Okay, guys, this last question I wanted to pose to you. Put these 3 Carolina receivers in order of receptions, and I gave you their target totals. DJ Moore, 118 targets. Robbie Anderson, 136 targets. And Curtis Samuel, 97 targets.
That's interesting.
I don't like this question one bit. I don't like this question one bit.
I'm glad I would have got that.
That you could have passed.
It's true.
What do you guys think? Quick.
Why'd you
I guess
guys
it doesn't
be
have to be
quick?
too quick.
Yeah, come on. All right. I know Anderson had more than Samuel. Where was DJ Moore in that though? I think it was Anderson, Moore, Samuel.
I'm gonna just go Anderson, Moore. That's what you just said. I agree, JL. Just the target. I'm going in order of targets. I don't know. I could. DJ Moore's a closer to the both Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore this year were getting receptions closer to the line of scrimmage. Curtis Samuel's not typically that kind of guy, but so I guess I would go that, but I don't know. Yeah,
Robbie Anderson was first with 95 receptions this year off of his 136 targets. In second, though, was Curtis Samuel with 77 receptions off of 97 targets. DJ Moore only had 66 receptions off of his 118 targets. It went Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore in third. I was shocked whenever I saw that. That's why I threw this in here. And I even gave the target totals. But
wow.
Crazy, right? Curtis Samuel.
It almost seemed like you were trying to throw us off. Like I was like, I guess it's just an order of the targets.
I was going to say, I feel like that would make sense because might be a little too easy, a little too obvious. Yeah. The double switcheroo end around.
The double switcheroo end around.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to hear.
That everyone loves.
Ricky says Robbie Samuel Moore. Brady says Anderson Samuel Moore. Z2 said Robbie DJ Samuel. But Brady and Ricky, you guys got it. Nice job.
Beautiful.
Well, Josh, congratulations again on the win. I know the questions started out a little rough, but you guys stepped your game up at the end there. Started getting a couple right. Jail, beautiful horse noise.
Sorry, some residual nays came out.
Josh, I know you've got something to say before we jump off.
Yeah, it's just that trading makes fantasy fun. We all know it already, but keep it in mind to make more trades.
And JL, I know you love the double switcheroo end around. It's what we all learned at Clemson. So that's why Brady knows it too. You get trained in the double
took a seminar.
I just forgot what it was.
Double switcheroo end around.
The double switcheroo end around. God, I've been away from Clemson for too long.
Double endaroo switch around.
Double endaroo switch around. Sorry, that was in the advanced class. Speaking of things you learn at Clemson, anytime I tell people I took a shag class at Clemson and they haven't spent significant time in the Carolinas, they make the exact face. They make the exact face that Josh just made. Shag is like
Austin Powers, yeah, baby.
No, that's what everyone thinks. It's it's like the dance of the Carolinas. It's like swing but slower. But shag was like a big deal at Clemson. And every time I leave that bubble and I say I took shag classes, people are like, what the hell? That class sounds hot. Oh yeah, pretty
South
hot.
Carolina. Probably hot.
And
don't forget Trading makes fantasy fun. Enjoy your clubhouse on Thursday. And Brady said there's 2 shag clubs at Clemson. Absolutely. I took one class.
We all found ourselves in a shag club
in the
Saturday night, all right?
In the shag club. The worst part is at 2 a.m. at the bars. Whenever the bars are closing, they turn all the lights on and play music, and everyone shags. Everyone shags with all the lights on in the middle of the bar. That's the last thing you do before you leave the bar whenever it closes. The lights come on and you grab someone and you shag in the middle of the bar.
Our British followers are following us. Or like watching right now. Send this to Wardy. Clip this and send it to Wardy.
They should be like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Okay, guys, enough shag talk. Ricky said Clubhouse needs to give me some freaking invites. I know. But maybe we can go shag Clubhouse for a couple invites.
Saturday night stories. Ooh.
Z2 says this sounds like FYF After Dark, and Tyler has some shag stories for us as well. We should do like an FYF After Dark.
Tell those on our channel.
We'll have to start a new channel called like Freak Yard Fantasy.
Backyard.
Shag yard.
Front yard freaks, and we can all get on and just tell our stories.
Yes. Yes.
Hey mom, hope you're watching.
Yes.
It's great. Tyler's in. So we got
some stories.
We got our first guest. Yeah, we got some good stories. Jail and I have some funny stories. We could definitely tell.
Now you got Maria and I playing Overcooked all the time. Thanks, guys. Thank you for that. It is actually really fun. And whenever Josh is like out or somebody's got to work, we're definitely playing some Overcooked on the stream.
We'll play Overcooked on stream, but
or Josh get a Switch and we'll all play.
Sounds good.
Josh needs to get a Switch.
I'll let you know when I can't make it, guys.
Jail, has that game been like? Has there been any yelling while playing?
Yeah, but not at each other.
Not at each other. Just yell. Like that game, it just makes you scream though. Like as you're playing, you're just like, yeah, like you're just yelling the whole time.
The maps where like something changes and it just is vibrating the whole time. It's so stressful to have the controller vibrating when you're trying to chop up meat or cook some lettuce.
Yeah, that game's a nightmare, but it's the best. It's like so much fun. Maybe I'll play some Overcooked tonight. Right. Okay, guys. I think that's it. We talked about shag. We talked about Overcooked, and Josh turned Jail into a horse.
Boom.
Brady's taking credit for bringing up Overcooked. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, our friend Jordan Van Eck is coming on the stream with us, and we're going to be playing Pole Perception. So make sure you guys tune in to watch us play Pole Perception. That link will be out later tonight or early tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys share that and then come in and play along with us. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Adios, guys.
Bye.
Love you guys.